Hey guys, good afternoon. I am doing a video that I don't enjoy doing. Okay, this is a public awareness, public notice video of what's going on Cacoosing Creek, which is the major tributary to the Tulpehocken Creek. There is a smaller tributary, Plum Creek, upstream, but the major tributary to the lower Tulpehocken Creek is the Cacoosing. The upper parts of it is Class A. And what they did, now this is all not bad news, but kind of how they're going about it, and some of the regulations in Pennsylvania do not support, you wouldn't think that it support doing it the right way. So let me show you what's going on. Okay, you cannot see any of it, but there was a low head dam here at the level of this upper land area. Okay, there was a low head dam here, and they didn't just breach the dam, they totally dismantled, deconstructed the dam. And all of let me get a peek up here. The creek was in a low head dam, you don't typically have a lot of deep water up above the dam. It's usually flatter, shallower water, which warms the water, which is not great for trout. But they deconstructed the dam. Now it's more like a creek channel, which is nice and fine. But you can see over here where there's about 4 feet of sand and sediment. You can see the layers of it right there, from light to dark, and the problem with what happened now and how they're doing it was in deconstructing the dam and deconstructing it, all of this silt and sediment washed downstream. Now this goes down about 200 yards and then it empties into the Tulpehocken Creek. And I'm going to put you guys on my hat here. Okay, we heard rumors of this project being done for years and years and years, but there was nothing done. And supposedly, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, supposedly Pennsylvania is one of the states that do not require some type of a siltation management program when doing this type of a project. Although that seems very hypocritical and idiotic to me, because just about on every land construction site, you guys, when you see something being built, you see those big black tarps around the whole site and those big black logs, and that's to contain the erosion and you know, the land and the soil if like a big rain's coming and it washes down in. So that's well, if they're doing that, if they have that much management that's required on dry land, I would think working in a creek that there would definitely be some type of a siltation management program. So all this sand here that I'm standing next to is the same exact sand that is down in the creek as you see it right here now, and all the way down through the Tully and into the Tully, which absolutely, I'm going to use the word, it destroyed Cacoosing Creek from this point down. Now there's stakes up there, and one of my buddies was talking to one of the construction guys the other day, and apparently the construction guy said that they have plans on rerouting the stream. So I don't know how true that is or not, but if they do that, they're going to have more bulldozers, front end loaders in there moving crap around. I do see they have some rock stabilization boulders over there for the upper part. I don't know if it's going to be used on the lower part, but this will take years and years and years to filter out, because it's a tributary, it's not the main stem. And even the main stem is controlled by dam releases, so it's not subject to the weather the same way a free-flowing river and free-flowing creek is. This is free flowing up here, but to take the when I get down and down, I'm going to go down lower. I'm going to stand in the creek, and when I get down in there, I'll show you how deep it is. I mean, it's like in some spots it's literally a foot deep, the sand, all the way down into the Tully, where this used to be tons of rocks, tons of moss and water vegetation. This is a limestone influenced stream. This is not totally limestone, but it is, a lot of it is limestone spring-fed creek, okay? This is used as a spawning tributary. Yes, this does allow the fish up easier, but I've been fishing the Tully since 1990, so we're talking over 30 years. And we've always caught little wild brownies here and there around Cacoosing Creek, upstream, downstream a little, all of us Tully regulars. But in the last 5, 6, 7 years, we've been seeing many more wild brownies and bigger ones, many in the teens. It is not common, but it's not uncommon to catch bigger wild brownies. So something was going on positive in the Tully and Cacoosing that we probably didn't know about. However it was happening, whether it was fish spawning here more, whether it was fish spawning up in Plum Creek more. And it basically, I know this is years after the paper mill closed, but basically after the paper mill closed, everything got better. The paper mill still does have, but used to be a working settling pond. And I don't know if that was polluting, or if they were slowly emitting or leaching, you know, pollutants into the creek, but definitely things improved after the paper mill shut down, okay, which increased the wild brownie production. So I don't know if it's some of the good stuff happening way upstream, if it was directly affected to the paper mill closing, but all on its own, it was doing good. It was positive effects, all by nature, all by itself. Me personally, I think I'm all for taking the dam out. I just wish they just would have breached the dam and then let the fish get up there however they naturally were doing it, or however they were doing. Like down in Valley Forge Park there used to be, or there's still, I don't know if there's still a dam, but that was like a 5-foot dam. Those fish used to jump right up over that dam in Valley Forge Park back in the 1980s. I would stand on the dam, the fish would jump right between my legs easily. So I know they were able to do it here, you know, contrary to what some people may think. They easily did it because the dam at Valley Forge was higher than the dam that was here. And there was always, before they posted the property, you could come up here, there was always catchable numbers of fish in this 200-yard section down to Tulpehocken Creek. And so I'm not really even allowed to stand here, so I got to get out of here. They're done working for the day, but when they're working, they usually, when we were fishing here, this is like a 3-4 week project now. It's been ongoing. When they have this loader in the creek, it just shuts down fishing. It just turns all the water super muddy tan color, and the fish just shut down, and you have to wait till they stop before. Now the water's nice and clear, but it's taken on the color of the sand. I'm going to walk down the road, and I'm going to get into the creek down below the paper mill road, steel graded bridge, and we're going to walk in. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll take a shot from up above the bridge too, to show you what's left. I wish I had a before picture, which I don't. I have some older videos that have, you know, some of this creek in it, but I didn't keep any of the clips from way back when I did videos. I didn't save like all of my past videos on like a separate like a USB thing, so I can't show comparisons of what it was like, but believe me, it was very lush, nice looking, beautiful looking rocks and seams and waterways, and just ideal 200 yards of ideal trout habitat. And the property upstream 20-30 years ago used to be, people used to allow you to fish on it. I've caught plenty of wild brownies up top. So like I said, the upper part of Cacoosing is Class A, and it's from as far up as you can see, from there upstream, it's a very healthy, still very nice trout stream. Okay, so wild trout stream. So I'm gonna shut you guys off. I'll turn you back on once I get downstream, and we'll get in the water and we'll show you. Okay, so we'll talk more about it down there. Thank you. Okay guys, I am standing in Cacoosing Creek, almost at the junction. Maybe another 15 yards and I'll be at the junction. Where I'm standing right now, first, there's a channel here, there's a channel here, dry land. This was, right where I'm standing was usually about 2 foot of nice rocks, moss on them, just beautiful rocks. This is just dry sand and silt. The silt is more visible off to the edges, but the sand and small little pebbles is this was never here. That was actually a more deeper spot. All these little sandbars. Now some of the low water conditions are playing into it, but not that much. I mean, not that much. I'll walk down here and you could see, like my foot when I walk, it's sinking in up to my ankles where it's so soft. I'm just sinking. I'm trying to show you, I'm just sinking in. This is so soft. So I'm going to go out into the Tully and you can see the perfect line of definition of sand. Okay, now just from, I was fishing this about 2 weeks ago. From 2 weeks ago, this was now that sand is literally probably 18 inches deep. That wasn't there before. There was fish rising here for trachos right in this sandbar. There was fish rising, and there's fish out of here, and I'm sure there's fish over there, but I mean, there were fish rising here and they were using this, but now this is all filled in with just sand. Now maybe this is to be expected, but I wish, and I don't know, I don't know what the actual rules are as far as some type of silt management and or when they do a project like this. My buddy, who like I said is an environmental engineer, he says usually within a year or two of normal weather conditions, it should return to normal. This stuff should spread out and dissipate, and I mean, it's going, the thing is, it's going from the Cacoosing right into the, so the only place for it to go is downstream, and it's going to go right into the Tully. So that also is not a good thing. So I particularly think this is going to be years and years that, and it's all dependent on the weather, and if we get some good floods and stuff to wash this out and blow it out of here and spread it out and dissipate it. So this is just not a good site. I would not think that for all the precautions they take for construction on dry land, working in whether on a quality high class stream as Cacoosing, that they would allow this. That just goes beyond reasoning or logic, I think. And I'm sure most things, like apparently my buddy looked up on the site, I think it's called American Rivers, that he could see that there was grants that were offered or given to this project, but, and that, you know, if the state did require them to have some type of silt management program, that they'd need more grants. So, you know, usually all things in life come down to money, but this was to me a gross negligent type of an outcome. Now someone who knows that, someone can text me and say, Scott, that's very typical of what taking a dam down looks like, and you know, I hope someone would get back to me and say, fear not, in 5 years or 4 years, you'll see all the benefits of what they did and how. I hope that's the case. But I'm more, another part of me is even very upset that the PR part of it, the public awareness part of it, was not at all presented to. This is a super busy road. Tons of people driving by, seeing what's going on, seeing the color of the creek. This is, as soon as you get down here, you're into the Berks County Park and Rec, and tons of people here who ride bikes and jog, but nobody is aware of what's going on. We don't know. There's no sign out there. I don't know if I said earlier, but I said when they do a big construction, like they're putting up a skyscraper or a bank or something, a lot of times they'll have a big poster out front that will have like an artist rendition of what it's going to look like, what our goals are. For as significant as this stream is and where it's located, there should have been some type of PR put up about, hey, this is public notice, we are going to tear down the dam, it may look like this, you know, just be aware of, and this is our goals, our outcome, this is what we hope it looks like, this is what the plan, like telling us something. But there's nothing out here telling anybody anything, and we're just guessing for ourselves and finding out by like either word of mouth or me, and fishermen talking to fishermen saying, yo, what's going on? Oh, I heard that was going to happen, but I didn't know it actually went through. And nobody seems to have any concrete answers. And so whether Berks County Conservation District, whether the environmental, the EPA, or you know, whatever is the Fish Commission. We spoke to a couple people in the Fish Commission. Some of them didn't know about the project, some of them did know or did know minimal. I think everybody thought that everybody else was kind of looking into it and take care of it, but nobody really had feet on the ground and eyes on really what's going on, because I think they may have been like, hey guys, whoa, this is getting a little, looks like it's getting a little out of hand. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know, but it doesn't look good to me. So I am here making the public aware through my little video of what's going on, what it looks like, and I don't know, I should have done, I wish I had more information for you to who to go to if you don't agree or if you have a complaint. I don't know who the company is or the consulting group who's doing the project. I don't know who they are. I just don't like what I see. And you know what, I guess one of the main agencies you can go to is just the Fish Commission, and just let them know. I mean, especially I think fishermen have the most invested into the Tully, and people coming here for the fishing. I mean, the last thing you would want is somebody coming from out of state coming here and they've heard or seen my old videos of like, oh, I want to fish around the paper mill or fish below or fish down near 222 bridges. You know, I want to go there. And then they're seeing this, or they're coming here when they're doing construction, they see mud coming down. So like I said, there was been nothing making the public aware of this. If they did have any meetings or public notice about it, it wasn't done in a very broadcasting way. So that's it, guys. You know, this is what we're left with, and we can just say a prayer and hope that nature takes care of this. But personally, I think it's going to take 5 to 10 years with good water flows to flush and filter this out, and let's pray that it does, because this, I mean, the water is nice and cold. You stand in this and it's really super, it feels like somewhere around, I'm just guessing, but I'm a pretty good guess. I'm saying it's probably around 63 degrees, probably somewhere around that this water feels, which is great because that out there feels like 70. So it's really nice water coming in, so it's still cooling down parts of the Tully. But as far as the invertebrates, the nymphs, the bugs and everything, you can just kiss this area goodbye. You just kiss it goodbye. There is, I don't know how anything could live in this after it's just been dumped with all this sediment and sand and whatever. So okay guys, appreciate you watching, and spread the word. Thank you very much. Bye bye.